Hello and welcome to another segment of DSU Inside Perspective. I'm Carlos Holmes, and this is the show where we talk with faculty, staff, students, or guests about some of the things that are going on in the world or the great things that are going on at the Delaware State University. Today we're here with Mr. James Jones, the 2014-2015 Mr. DSU, and I might add the 10th Mr. DSU in the history of the institution. James, thank you so much for being on my show today.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Holmes.
Tell me, when did you first start thinking in terms of the possibilities of becoming Mr. DSU?
Mr. Holmes, becoming Mr. Delaware State University has been my dream since I first stepped foot on this campus. And I remember having the thought of, I'm coming to school for one reason. I want to become the best possible male role model for my family and best asset. And then I saw Mr. Delaware State University, and I thought, there it is. That's who I want to be. But actually seeing them, I said, there's no way I could possibly fill that role. I was nervous. And when I told him, he said, James, don't ever doubt yourself again. You can do this role in any other one. And I look forward to the day when you become Mr. DSU. And from then on, it was set in stone.
Okay. Well, now, with your family, your mother and your father, and for that matter, your siblings, did this surprise them that you reached this height, or was it kind of like, yeah, we expected this from him?
Definitely expected it. Not a surprise at all to them.
Okay, okay. Well, tell me this. You are a business major, right?
Yes, sir. Business administration.
What do you want to do with that?
Well, directly after school, it's my dream to help my father expand his construction company while also becoming a motivational speaker.
Now, did he have this company all while you were growing up?
No, not at all. I remember we were very young in elementary school. That's when I remember he used to work a night shift all the time, stressed out, losing a lot of sleep. And he decided, you know what, I can't work for anybody else. I got to start my own. And then right then and there, 6th grade, we got a chance to move into a bigger house, and we had our own office in the house, which expanded into an office in Clinton, and then moving right up to Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and Washington, D.C.
So that kind of set an example for you.
Yes, great example.
Are there any other areas or aspects of entrepreneurship, of business, that you would like to go into even beyond your father's business?
Yes, yes, sir. I want to open up my own family fund center. Not anytime soon, but later down the road after I well established myself in Mill General Contractor, which is my father's construction company.
I saw a saying attributed to you: when God predestines your why, he will be your how.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that, how that's manifested itself in your life.
I've always heard the quote, if your why is strong enough, your how will reveal itself. And going throughout the college years and seeing all of the roadblocks and the struggles that I have experienced, I always wondered, like, God, I know you get me out of this somehow, but when? And then I thought, you know what? I like that saying, but I wanted to make it more of my own because I'm a very faithful man. So I said, if God predestined my why, because there's a reason he put me in this exact place at this exact time for this exact purpose, then that means he's already predestined for me to have the victory in every single thing that I do. So that's in the sense of how that whole quote came together.
So you're able to just move straight through those obstacles and move straight through those roadblocks that may have popped up there along the way.
That's correct. That's the walk of faith.
That's interesting. Your platform is strive for the greater.
Yes.
You are more than what you have become.
Yes.
How are you going to promote that here on campus?
Every single day I promote that on campus. With all of my friends, all of my mentees, or anyone who just says, you know what, James, I want to be pushed to grow. And whether it's speaking, or whether it's just academics, or whether it's just getting a chance to network with people. So as Mr. DSU and just as James Jones, I always take the opportunity just to kind of nudge them in the right direction. Strive for greater, and don't ever doubt yourself, because you truly do have something that every person doesn't. So if you try to be like everybody else, you'll be replaceable. But if you strive to be the absolute greatest you that you can be, then nothing can stop you from actually going out and achieving what you want to achieve.
Now, you're in your senior year now, but what other extracurricular activity here on campus, beyond your studies, have you been involved in throughout your academic journey?
Well, coming into school, I joined the Delaware State University Gospel Choir and became the tenor section leader and got a chance to travel and minister, and it was just an amazing encounter and experience. I also joined the SGA Street Team, where I promoted every single event on campus. I became a brother of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, which I'm now in the pole march of, and that's really another experience, just as leadership and just knowing how to really balance everything.
Now, what is the pole marcher? I don't know what that is. What is that?
Well, the Pole March is actually the president of the organization.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm the representation. I get a chance to meet up with the province Pole March and a couple of the other prestigious members of the organization. We do a lot of trips. We make sure we take care of things such as certification or just making sure programs run fluently on campus. And a lot of the times that means I basically had the final decision on a lot of the things we do. But I also get a chance to run the meetings.
With all that you're involved with as Mr. DSU and with your fraternity, it sounds like you've got to have some good time management skills because you still got your studies going.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How's that going? How's that working out for you?
I can definitely say that this year I've been in my absolute best when it comes down to time management. Before, it's something I really did slack on heavily, and I didn't realize how much of a problem it was until I seen how I got involved in more things, and now it's more of a necessity to have to balance and be able to manage your time. So this year as Mr. DSU, as Pole March of Kappa Alpha Psi, and just as a student seeking to graduate in the spring of 2015, I knew how detrimentally important it was for me to manage my time well. So I made sure I practiced over the summertime into this semester, into this year, and I can definitely say I'm very pleased with myself in managing time.
Okay, so your grades, they're not suffering at all?
Oh, they're not suffering.
Okay, all right. Well, you just keep on doing what you're doing. I expect big things out of you, not just during your reign as Mr. DSU, but I expect to be seeing some articles written about you in the media. We're going to have to do something about you in the Echo later on down the road when you're an alum that's still supporting your alma mater.
That's right.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. James Jones, Mr. DSU, the 10th Mr. DSU in the history of the institution for the school year 2014-2015. Get to know him. You'll see him walking down the street.
Yes, you will.
In the meanwhile, we're just glad that you were able to join us today, and we'll see you next time on DSU Inside Perspective. Have a good day now.